Welcome everyone to Karpinski Chapter 60, the Neapolitan Chord. This is a very special chapter. As you heard from the opening music, the Neapolitan Chord has the ability to take us away to a different place that's very special and very outer worldly. Usually it appears in the minor mode, and so when this beautiful major chord enters, it gives us a little relief from the sadness that we inevitably fall back into as we go back into the minor mode. What you're listening for, as you know from theory class, is you are listening for do, ra. That would be the flat 2, and the chord is going to have fa on the bottom, and fa, if it were a 4 chord, or a 2 in first inversion, fa would be the bass note. And here we have with the Neapolitan where it also is. So it functions, as you know, in the predominant spot. So here is Moonlight Sonata. You probably studied this in theory class, but if not, I want you to look for the predominant Neapolitan chord, all right? So we're in C sharp minor. So there's your 1 chord. D, F sharp, A is your 2, F sharp, A, D is your Neapolitan in first inversion. So see if you can hear it. Here we go. That is a very special harmony. Now the Neapolitan chord takes its name from the Naples opera and the tradition and the musicians that surrounded that location in Italy, where the composers started writing this really unique chord, the Neapolitan chord as we call it now, in their operas. And when other composers heard it, they thought it was fantastic. And it is very special. I think we could all agree on that. Now, even in the 20th and 21st century, composers still used the Neapolitan chord in the same way for a very special effect. So here we see Hans Zimmer for a Batman and Superman movie in 2016. This is just a reduction of the harmony. And of course, the Neapolitan is boxed out there so you can see it. So here's A minor. See the bass line? It starts on fa. Okay, ready, go. And you'll see, of course, from the Neapolitan 6 down to the 1/6, there's plenty of parallel octaves right there. Had he have lived between 1600 and 1900, his professor would have marked his paper wrong. But in the 20th century, those kinds of rules don't, and the 21st century, those kinds of rules don't necessarily apply anymore. All right, so here we go. I'll use the key of C minor. Do, fa. If I change it to Neapolitan, fa is still on the bottom. So, do. So you're listening for fa on the bottom. Now, there are 3 possibilities that could now go into that predominant position with fa on the bottom. You could have a 4 chord, fa, or 2/6. Or Neapolitan. Aha. I think the Neapolitan wins that contest. Let's go on for a minute. In rare cases, you may hear the Neapolitan in root position instead of in first inversion, which means the bass would be going do, ra, so, do. I want you to sing the bass line of this piece right here. Sing it in your own range. See if you can figure out the solfege on your own in real time. But even if you can't, Still hum along. I've pointed arrows, 2 green arrows, where the Neapolitan happens in root position. Here we go. Ready? Sing. All right, let's look at some root position Neapolitans in 20th century music. Raiders of the Lost Ark. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. And there we have it. All right, here's something a little closer to our own time, 2009. Now I'm a Trekkie. I love all the music to Star Trek, no matter if it's 1960s, 1980s, 90s, whatever. I love it all. So this is from 2009. This is just a reduction of the chords. We're in D minor. Okay, sing the bass note. Here we go. And why is it so hard to go from the Neapolitan in root possession to 5? Because it's singing a dry tone. Ignore the text at the top of the screen. I forgot to turn that off. Okay, so. Okay, this is getting hilarious. Ignore all those texts coming in. All right, we're going to play a game here. We're going to play a game called What's My Subdominant? So what you see is a phrase model: tonic, predominant, dominant, and tonic. Okay, so in the predominant area, I can either play a 4 chord, which features, let's see, here's one. Do, fa, with do on the top, or a 2-6 with re on the top, or a Neapolitan 6 with ra on the top. So that's what you're going to listen to, okay? So do, top line, do is a 4, re is a 2-6, ra is a Neapolitan, and I see a mistake right here. I forgot to put an A flat on the Neapolitan chord. Sorry about that. I don't have time to redraw it. So just pretend in your mind that you see where it says awesome, that there's an A flat right there. So the point was, this is a continuum of boring predominant versus better versus awesome. Neapolitan wins that contest every time, right? Okay, so I'm going to play the 4 chords now, and you have to figure out which one did I play in the predominant area. And again, listen for either do or re or ra on the top, and that's your answer, what you hear. Here we go. Again. Sing the top soprano part. Do, re. So I played re, that's a 2/6. Okay, I'll clear the air a little bit. Okay, so now I obliterated your sense of tonic. We'll try it again. Here we go. Okay, sing the top part. Do, re, ti, do. So that one I'm sure everyone got the first time they heard it, Neapolitan. Why is it so hard to sing D flat to B natural? I mean, that's the same as an enharmonic second, but in terms of the harmony, it's really hard because it's not really written or functioning as an enharmonic second. B up to D flat is like an augmented third, and that's why it's hard to find it. Sing it again. Do, ra, where's the D, T, do. That's super hard. Now let's put it in minor. Do, ra, ti, do. Okay, here's the last one. See if you can guess what I'm playing. Sounds just like Theory 1 stuff, doesn't it? Do, do, ti, do. Well, that's the 4 chord. That's the boring one. So you have a continuum. Boring, better, awesome, predominant, ti, do. Here is some homework. You will hear a total of, the number 5 is supposed to be in there, of blank chord progressions. I'm playing 5 of them, okay? Each chord progression will contain between 4 and 8 chords. So identify the chord progression that I am playing using Roman numerals. Now also be sure to write out any voice leading using the Arabic numbers for the melodic motion. So example, if we go like 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 4 to 5, 3 and add a 7 to it, then you would write that in like that, okay? Here we go. Number 1. Play it again. Last time. Number 2. Here we go. Again. Again. Number 3. Again. Again. Number 4. Again. And here is number 5. Ready, go. Again. Again. Here is your singing homework assignment. So figure out the solfege syllables of 2 ABCD and 3 ABCD on your own for each exercise. I did not write them down for you this time. When you have finished that, then you're going to record yourself, video record yourself singing each chord progression along with me, like we're doing right now in this lecture video. When you're finished with that, submit your video into Canvas, into the Week 10 singing assignment slot. Now this portion of the homework will be graded as participation. You get 100% if you turn it in, it's 0 if you don't. I just want to make sure that you're all actually doing these along with me as we go. So let's start together. 2A. All right, 2A starts with the 1 chord. I think it's helpful to always know to practice these do, 4 chord, fa, Neapolitan 6, fa, 1, 6, 4, so, and 5, so, 1, and do. So you know where you're going. Do, fa, fa, so, do. That makes your life so much easier. Okay, here we go. Do, me, so, me, do. Fa, le, do, le, fa. Fa, le, ru, le, fa. So, do, me, do, so. So, ti, re, ti, so. Do, me, so, me, do. Okay, you're on your own this time. Ready, and go. Keep everything in the same key here. So letter B is 1 chord do, 2 diminished 6, fa, Neapolitan, fa, 1, 6, 4, so, do. You're probably noticing I said 1, 6, 4. That is not the way Lates does it. He calls it cadential 6, 4 with the voice leading going to 5. It's not codified that way in all the different method books. So Karpinski is saying 1, 6, 4 to 5 to 1. It's the same thing. They mean the same thing. It's just they have different ways of saying it. So here we go. Letter B. Ready? Go. Do, me, so, me, do. Up a 4th. Fa, le, re, le, fa. Fa, le, ru, le, fa. Stop. So, do, me, do, so. So, ti, re, ti, so. Do, me, so, me, do. You're on your own this time. Ready, go. Shift. letter C is almost identical to letter B. The only difference is that the second chord, instead of being just a triad, a 2 diminished 6, this is a 7th chord, a 2 half diminished 6 5. So a 2 diminished 7 chord would be re, fa, la, do. So you're going to flip it once to fa, la, do, re. And it's almost the same as fa, la, re and letter B. It's actually easier to sing. Letter B going between lay and re. It's hard because that's a tritone, but here you make a triad and then stick it in, okay? Okay, 1, 2, 3, sing. Do, me, so, me, do. Up a fourth. Do, re, mi, fa. Fa, re, ru, re, do, re, fa. Fa, re, ru, re, fa. So, do, mi, do, so. So, ti, re, ti, so. Do, me, so, me, do. On your own. Ready, go. Okay, 2D, we are in major. Okay, ready, sing. Do, mi, so, mi, do. Fa, la, do, la, fa. Fa, le, ru, le, fa. So, do, mi, do, so. So, ti, re, ti, so. Do, mi, so, mi, do. Moving on to number 3, letter A. Okay, so back to minor. Now, the 6 is lay. So what's the 5 of lay? Me, so, ti, ra, ti, so, me. Lay, do, me, do, lay. That's the only tricky part. The rest is easy. Okay, so the first note of every chord is do. Go up to me. Me, lay, fa, so, do. That's not so bad now, is it? Here we go. Ready? Sing. Do, mi, so, mi, do. Mi, so, ti, ra, ti, so, mi. Lay, do, mi, do, lay. Fa, le, ru, le, fa. So, ti, re, ti, so. Do, mi, so, mi, do. On your own? Ready? Go. Three B. The bottom chord is do, the syllable of it. Neapolitan 6 is fa, 5 for 2, fa, 1 6, me, 2 half diminished 6 5 is fa, 5 so, 1 and do. Do it again. Do, fa, fa, me, fa, so, do.